Welcome to Elizabeth City Airport. Today we're going to talk about inoperative equipment. Let's say we are out pre-flighting and we notice that our landing light is inoperative. What are we going to do? First thing we need to do is check to see if your aircraft has a minimum equipment list. When you fly for the airlines, you will have a minimum equipment list. Whenever you have inoperative equipment, you check that minimum equipment list to see what you need to do. In our Cessna 172s, we actually do not follow a minimum equipment list. We have a different process that we have to follow. We have to comply with 91213, which you can find in your FAR-AM. Since we do not have an MEL, the first thing we need to do is determine if the equipment is needed. In our case, we're going on a day flight and the landing light may not be required. We are required to check 4 different places to see if the equipment is required. The first place we check is the day type certificate. The second place that we're going to look is in our kinds of operation equipment list, which is in section 2 of our POH, our pilot operating handbook. The next 2 steps are to check your regulations and your airworthiness directives. If we determine that the landing light is required, then we cannot fly. Fortunately for us, the landing light is not required to fly. Now that we know we do not need our landing light to fly, we have some steps to take to make sure the airplane is safe to fly without it. We either have to deactivate the landing light or we remove it. If we remove the landing light and it changes the weight, maybe by a pound or so, we now have to update the weight and balance. Once that's completed, we have to document the issue, placard inoperative, and update any maintenance records. Now that we have completed all these steps, we have one final thing to do. We have to determine if we can safely conduct a flight with the aircraft modified as it is. If so, the airplane is airworthy and we can now continue our pre-flight. If we are unable to complete any of these steps, or if we determine that our landing light was required to fly, the aircraft would be unairworthy and we would not be able to conduct our flight. At this point, we'd have to change our plans, get the aircraft fixed, or perhaps ask for a special flight permit. Hopefully this introduction gives you a general overview of how to deal with inoperative equipment in aviation. We'll talk more about the ins and outs as we continue with your training. Until next time, fly safely. (91213) in compliance to 91213. Hello. Right, English. Okay, that's cool. I'm recording.
Dad.
Sorry.